There's a major shift happening in El Dorado Hills right now, and if you're not paying attention to it yet, you will be. Because this isn't just another development. This is the kind of change that quietly starts in the background and then almost overnight, it reshapes the entire market. How it grows, how it feels, and ultimately how it's valued. El Dorado Hills has always been different. Growth here hasn't looked like surrounding areas. It's been more measured, more intentional. And for a long time, there simply hasn't been a lot of new housing inventory coming online. And that's part of what protects the values here and preserves the lifestyle. And that's why what's happening now matters. I'm Nella, founder at Onyx Real Estate, and in this video, we're looking at a large-scale master planned expansion, part of what's known as the Valley View Specific Plan, and within that plan sits what will likely become one of the most impactful developments we've seen in El Dorado Hills in decades. If this is your first time to my channel, this is where we go beyond the surface level of real estate. And we talk about what's happening in El Dorado Hills and the greater Sacramento region. We're looking at shifts in the market, new developments, and strategies that actually can impact your decisions as a buyer, a seller, a homeowner. Because the truth is, the more you understand about the market that you live in, the better you position yourself in it. And that major shift that's happening here in El Dorado Hills is something important. Eastridge Village. Now let's talk about, for a moment, what that means. We're looking at a development of over 700 homes, plus acres and acres of land being developed. And depending on how this builds out over time, we're talking hundreds of homes, with the early phases bringing almost 500 new homes to the market. This is not incremental growth that's not impactful. This is a meaningful expansion of the housing market that has historically been constrained here in El Dorado Hills. And this isn't an entry-level development. What's being introduced here is clearly positioned towards move-up buyers and luxury buyers, larger homes, modern designs, homes built for how people actually live today. We're seeing size ranges from 2,100 square feet to over 4,000 square feet with open concept layouts, expansive kitchen spaces, all the smart home technology, energy efficient construction, primary suites that feel more like retreats and spas. This is where this story becomes more interesting because Eastridge isn't a brand new idea. This development actually traces back to the late 1990s. It was always part of a much larger vision for El Dorado Hills and communities like Blackstone. Blackstone was phase one of that vision. Eastridge was always meant to come next. But what happened is over time, market cycles changed, costs increased, the project slowed, and by the mid-2024, this entire development was on the verge of expiring completely, meaning that it would have just disappeared. Now, what brought it back was a strategic agreement between the county and the builders and developers. And this is important because it didn't expand the project, it didn't increase density, it just extended the timeline. So this whole development has been extended out to be completed by 2034, giving the developers and the builders the right of way. Instead of rushing it, they can plan the community. And in return, there are built-in benefits for the community. For example, for every home that's built, there's going to be money going back into local funds for infrastructure, improvements to amenities, and key roadways. So this is not just an expansion, it is coordinated growth. Now let's talk about what really matters, because developments like this, they don't just add homes, they change the dynamics of the community. And when you introduce hundreds of homes into your market. And when the inventory increases, buyers gain leverage. They have more choices. They take more time in making a buying decision. They compare their options. And for the first time in a while in El Dorado Hills, we're going to see real side-by-side comparisons between new construction, Eastridge, and established retail homes. If I bring this down to a more localized level, this is where certain communities begin to feel the impact more directly. And the most immediate example of that is the Blackstone community itself. Blackstone has always been positioned exceptionally well, close to Highway 50, minutes from the town center, strong community feel, established amenities. That's not changing. But what is changing is what surrounds it. With new construction coming nearby, buyers who may have previously bought a resale in Blackstone now have other options for that part of town. This is going to create more competition, more comparison, and more decision-making on the side of the buyer. Now, that's not inherently negative. In many ways, it's healthy. It brings new energy to the area, continued investment, long-term relevance, but it also requires more strategy if you're a homeowner. This is where timing and presentation truly, and I mean truly, start to matter more than ever. Because in a market where buyers have choices, homes that are well positioned, properly marketed, thoughtfully prepared, they're the ones that stand out. And there's something that often gets overlooked. Resale homes still have real advantages: established landscaping, mature neighborhoods, immediate access to amenities, no construction site living, and in many cases, that's exactly what buyers are looking for. For the buyers, this development creates a unique window, or one of the most unique windows we've seen in years, because now you can truly evaluate what matters to you. Buying brand new construction with modern, state-of-the-art design and amenities, or an established lifestyle with immediate lifestyle access. And there's one more factor that has to be a part of this conversation. And in El Dorado Hills, that's the fire insurance. El Dorado County fire insurance is a real consideration. We've had higher premiums, limited carrier options, and in some cases, reliance on the FAIR plan. Now, this is going to apply to both new construction and existing homes. And it's something you want to understand early, not during escrow. So now, stepping back, what does all of this mean to El Dorado Hills long term? Well, on one side, you have continued demand, stronger local economy, increased investment in the community, and potential expansion of amenities and services. And then on the other hand, more traffic. Latrobe Road heading to Highway 50 is already congested, more density, and a shift in the pace of the lifestyle. And this is where kind of you have to step back and take that perspective. Because for some, this represents progress, and for others, it represents change. But either way, this is one of the most significant developments we've seen in El Dorado Hills in a long, long time. And understanding it now, before it fully unfolds, is what allows you, whether you're a buyer or a seller, to make a better decision. Because in a market like this, with a development like this, clarity is everything. And when you understand not just what's happening, but what it actually means for today and the future, you move differently. If you want to talk through how Eastridge and the Valley View specific plan impacts your situation, I'm always here for a conversation. I hope you found this information about El Dorado Hills insightful, and to keep up on what's happening here locally and in the greater Sacramento real estate market, like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video.